Can we actually tell the difference between tap water and my structured water system?
And what is the difference?
So today I'm here with Tracy Duhs, which is a hydration expert.
My name's Tracy Duhs. I educate worldwide about cellular hydration and how to preserve your youth through intelligent hydration. So today we're going to be tasting some waters and we're going to see if Tamara can tell the difference between the tap water and structured water as opposed to bottled water from the store. Is there a difference?
There is a difference.
Let's get into it.
Okay, you guys, we do have what would be considered healthier water selections here. So these are bottled, these are spring. And so I am going to ask the expert about which one of these she would choose at the grocery store and why.
So this one's a sparkling water.
And glass.
It's in glass, but it's got flavoring in it. So I want to look at the back of this. So first of all, I love that it's in glass. Initially, this is what I picked this one up first because I prefer my water to be in glass, but what kind of water is in the glass? So we definitely always want to look for natural spring water because God does it best, right? If you look at a lot of waters, even the sport waters, the hydration waters, the pH balance waters, a lot of them are tap water that's filtered with some minerals added into it. So what we want is a natural spring water, and this one has, it could be better.
Live and learn.
Yeah. I thought it was more balanced, but it's actually not.
Guys, whoever looks at the ingredients on the water bottle,
Well,
she's teaching us.
we want a nice balance, right? With the calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium. I don't see any. So the total dissolved solids here, 220 to 230. So that's going to have a nice mineral taste to it. Very light though. Not my favorite, but it's good. It's better than a lot of waters that there are. Yeah. But I don't like that it has flavoring. What would be better is to just buy the regular sparkling mineral water and add a little lime in it. Because actually when you add any structured botanical into it, it's going to help with structuring the water itself. Okay. A little squeeze of lemon, a little squeeze of lime.
Okay, and explain to them what is structured. Why is that important?
So structure can be a misleading term though, because all water has some sort of structure. What we're looking for is it a coherent structure or an incoherent structure. So a lot of people have heard of someone that is very famous for water structure who is named Masaru Emoto. And he was a Japanese researcher who took water droplets and was able to see the changes in water with just using words like the word love, the word hate, putting it on the water and seeing how the structure changed. A lot of scientists discredit his work though because he cherry-picked a lot of his data. But what I loved about him is that he brought some insights to us to help us understand that there's so much more to water than just the molecules that we see in our chemistry lab. There's some sort of intelligence there that we still don't understand, but we can have reverence for. When you are structuring water, we just want to look at how does water structure? Light structures water with its frequencies, sound. The water can be structured with anything that you put in the water. And so we want to be really conscious of that. So what does nature do? Nature is moving water. You go to a living spring and you're going to see the water moving, vortexing. Even a water droplet coming down is spinning and vortexing. So we want to mimic nature, and we get to do that. And that's why I love adding a water vortexer to my at-home system. So a great way to get good water is to mimic nature. So if you can't get a good spring water that's bottled in something nice, like we don't really want plastic because we are very aware now of microplastics getting into our system, and we don't want to overload the system with microplastics.
Yeah, and it's funny, if this is marketed like it's a really high quality water, right? Because it's an alkaline pH balanced water, but we still have to consider what it's in and how is that affecting us.
Well, alkaline pH can also be misleading as well because our body has a buffering system, which is our stomach acid, which is very acidic. That's to protect us. So it doesn't matter how pH balanced your water is, it's not going to change the pH of your actual terrain in your body because it has to go through the gut acid. So what we want is minerals. Minerals are what help alkalize our body. And so it can be a little bit misleading when you look at something and it says pH is a certain pH. Was it made that way through electrolysis, or is it because of the minerals that are in it? That matters. And this one, it says eternal water is sourced from natural alkaline springs, which is great. Our water filters through layers of ancient rock, absorbing essential minerals, making it naturally alkaline. So this alkaline is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
It's 7.7 to 8.2, but it's in plastic. So it's not a favorite. If I took my vortexer with me, it's going to create an exclusion zone, which is going to help protect my body from my cells taking in those microplastics.
Okay, I didn't know that the vortexing does that.
So water is not just the three phases that we thought, where it's liquid, solid, and vapor. There's a fourth phase, which is the gel-like structure. And that's what our body's creating inside of our cells. There is a gel-like structure, and that is so important, that structure, because it's helping maintain that charge inside of our cells so that our cells can communicate better. It's keeping us healthy and alive. It's essential for life, and our body does that naturally. It's creating an exclusion zone. But vortexing also does that, and if we vortex our water or let nature vortex the water, then our body doesn't have to do as much work, and when we drink that, we're able to hydrate more effectively, and that exclusion zone is helping our body deal with any of the toxic contamination in the water so that our body eliminates it instead of absorbing it and holding it. And that's really important.
So if I'm at the store and I'm looking at all the waters, really my first priority is to do a spring water in a glass bottle, unflavored.
Yeah, a spring water that's in a glass is nice, and then also the source. But if you're not really aware of what that is, yes, just pick spring water in a glass bottle. Look past the marketing, look past the name, look past the label, and look at where is the source of this actually.
I mean, I remember one time going into Starbucks and seeing fat-free water.
Oh, really?
I'm like, hello? Marketing gimmicks, like, come on, people, all water is fat-free, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's loaded up with something.
So if I had to choose, I would say I would choose one of these because they're both spring waters. I'm not gonna hydrate the best off of a sparkling water. So even though I love the glass bottle, I'm gonna choose one of these spring waters. And actually I'd probably buy both because I like to mix it up and see what my body wants. The source really matters on the structure and the mineral content, and my body's gonna tell me which one. I believe that the physics is even more important than the chemistry. So I could take any of these waters. I'd probably take these two if I was on a trip, vortex it, drink it, and feel really good about that. This would be the third, but thank God we don't have to at home because we have access to our water filtration system, which helps mimic nature at home, where we're filtering the water, remineralizing the water with the full spectrum of minerals. These are not full spectrum. They've got this one just has calcium, magnesium, potassium, which is great, but I love that we get even the trace minerals in our system, and then it's vortexed. And the vortexing is where the magic happens, in my opinion, and not just my opinion. A lot of the research is showing that the physics could be more important than actually the chemistry of the water. The physics is what's going to help our bodies to know how to create that exclusion zone so that we can not take in those toxic contamination and information, and to help our cells hydrate better. So a lot of people at home are drinking tap water or filtered tap, usually with some sort of carbon filter on the refrigerator, maybe a Brita filter. That's very common, and that's great because it is filtering out some of the contamination. It depends on what your water source, but that may not be enough, and if it's not enough, then you could be exposing yourself to toxins that over time accumulate in your system and really overload your body. They can. Think about water. It's something that you're drinking every day. You're bathing in it. You're taking showers. It's a part of our whole life. So if we can cut down that contamination by filtering the water properly, it's going to make a big impact in our lives and a big impact in our health over time.
Choice number one.
Oh boy, I'm nervous. Which one's going to be the tap?
I think that's the tin.
It's like Russian roulette. Okay.
That's a 10.
I definitely don't want to get the tap water because I
Right.
don't want to get all the contamination.
Right? Parasites, contaminations, pollutants.
What are you exposing me to today, Tiffany?
I know your body's strong enough to fight it all off. So did you feel like that was the 10 one?
That one was pretty smooth. It had a nice balanced mineral content to it. I feel
Like
like
a tinny end.
I kind of did. Could have been. But it was also, we're drinking out of a tin straw, so.
This is a giveaway. This is the bottled sparkling. It's a spring water sparkling. It is absolutely delicious.
Very delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the natural mineral sparkling waters.
And did you feel like, I felt like that evaporated through the roof of my mouth, which that's what I like look for when I drink water. Like, it doesn't feel like it's sloshing in my stomach. It's like evaporating within my mouth.
Getting into the epithelial tissue.
What is epithelial tissue? Easy for me to say.
Inside your mouth, we have epithelial tissue. So when you're putting it in your mouth, you can easily hydrate through your tissues. Inside your mouth, under your tongue. That's why you do sublingual.
That's why we've got these beautiful skin things that we put on for the tissues to permeate through. This one had different dimension of flavor. I don't think this is the good one. I think this is tap.
That's what I was thinking too. I haven't tasted your tap water. Some bottled waters can taste awful like tap water because they are tap water. Tamara's stumped.
I'm stumped. Yeah, I don't like it.
I think this is the
Tap water. Okay,
that
so
one tastes dirty.
the first taste was lighter, and then all of a sudden you do taste.
Yeah.
It
Has a dirty aftertaste. Yeah. This is a mineral water though. It's definitely bottled. Let me see.
Maybe the one maybe the plastic one that's pH balanced or an alkaline water bottle.
This tastes like, the plastic. Or, no, actually I think this is the glass Arrowhead water.
But I don't know which one of those are the structured water system. I know. You know, it's so funny. If you don't know, it's crazy what kind of tricks your mind can play on you. There's so many different flavors in the different waters. We don't always want to always be pleasing our palate. The idea is to bring in something that's actually going to nourish our cells.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And a lot of times when I feed people from the structured water system, they're like, oh, it's got such a different flavor.
Smoother, the viscosity is different.
Like silkier.
It feels smoother when it goes down your palate. So the interesting thing is about when you vortex water, like your system has a reverse osmosis, which is filtering the tap water, and then it's remineralizing, and that's going to change the texture, the flavor. And then it goes through a vortexer, which is changing the physics of the water, so the surface tension, the way the molecules come together, and that's going to really significantly impact the hydration because it's going to be
Permeable.
helping to get into your cells better. So
I'm going to say the one or the last, the first or the last. Remember, we thought this was tap. Yeah, it has a very strong smell.
I feel like it was this one, but it's been airing out a little bit, so.
So 1 is the Eternal Alkaline, 2 is the Mountain Valley Sparkling Water, obviously.
Yes.
3 is the Mountain Valley Spring Water.
Oh.
4 is tap water, and 5 is the water system.
Okay. So
that's
I got
why this
two.
one was
I got
so
the
nice.
2 and 1 at least, right?
So this tasted like a spring water because it was vortexed.
Well, thank you for coming today. I know I learned some, and I know you did too.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about water, you can always follow us on the podcast, which is called Hydrate. And I also have a book that helps to break things down in a simple way so that you can understand hydration, or just follow me on Instagram at Tracy Duhs. The last name is spelled Duhs.
And follow me for more natural health and beauty tips.